लास्ट टाइम हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे properties of acids, and in properties of acid we had discussed that acids have the shortage and they dissolve in water to form solution, and they conduct electricity and turn it blue atmosphere voltage. And after the four properties we had discussed, and we had solved the questions regarding equations regarding this fourth property. Now we will continue that topic, and after the fourth property we have the fifth property of an acid, and that is when we have carbonate, when we react carbonate with the acid, they form salt, water, and carbon dioxide. Just as if we have calcium carbonate that react with the HCl and form calcium chloride, which is a salt and water and carbon dioxide. So we have, in order to just to complete equations, we use a simple shortcut method. Just as if we have calcium carbonate, CaCO3 plus HCl. Just in order to complete the equation, we can write it as calcium has plus 2 charge, carbonate has minus 2 H positive and Cl negative when they ionize. And when they react, we normally say positive component of the one substance will combine with the negative component of the other, and it will form calcium chloride CaCl2. And in order to make formula, we are familiar that calcium is plus 2 and chloride is minus 1. And after interchanging their valency, we can predict that its formula will be calcium CaCl2. And similarly, the positive component of the second substance will combine with the negative component of the other substance, and it will form carbonic acid, H2CO3. And carbonic acid is a less stable compound, so it decomposes to form water and carbon dioxide. So we can finally say when a carbonate reacts with an acid that forms salt, just as calcium chloride in this case, water and carbon dioxide. Just for the sake of practice, we can do some more equations. Just as we have these equations, just for the sake of the practice. Now, just for the sake of this practice, we can do these examples. Just as we have the sodium carbonate, sodium has a plus one charge, carbonate has a minus two when it ionizes in water. Positive component of the first one will combine with the negative component and it will form NaCl. And similarly, H plus and carbonate will combine to form carbonic acid, and that carbonic acid decomposes to form water and carbon dioxide as a final product. Similarly, the same process and same logic will continue. Sodium positive and Cl negative, they will combine to form the same product, NaCl, and then water and carbon dioxide. We are just only completing the equation. You can balance this first equation just by the normal routine method. Similarly, magnesium plus 2 and chloride negative, if they combine, they can form magnesium chloride, MgCl2, and the remaining product will be the same as in the above equation, water and the carbon dioxide. Similarly, just in order to predict the third salt, the salt produced in this reaction, magnesium and chloride again that will form MgCl2, and this remaining subsequent product will be the same water and the carbon dioxide. Similarly, if we have the zinc carbonate, zinc has the plus 2 charge, carbonate has minus 2 H positive, Cl negative. Plus component of the first one will combine with the second one and form zinc chloride, ZnCl2 plus water and carbon dioxide will be the product. In the same way, we can do some more practice, just as these more examples from. Just as if we're doing this aluminium again belonging to group 3 have plus 3 charge when it combines, when it ionizes. The German aluminum chloride ionizes. Aluminium plus 3 carbonate minus H positive selective. Its plus component will combine with its negative one and it will form aluminium chloride AlCl3, and the remaining product will be water and the carbon dioxide. And aluminium chloride logic is again same. In order to just predict the formula, aluminium is plus 3, chloride is minus 1, and after interchanging their valences, it can form AlCl3. Similarly, we have the sodium positive and sulfate negative. Sodium and sulfate, they will combine to form sodium sulfate and A2SO4, and the remaining product will be water and the carbon dioxide. And Na2SO4, again, the logic is the same. Sodium is plus 1, sulfate is minus 2. When we interchange its valencies, it will form Na2SO4. Similarly, the last one will be Na2SO4, sodium sulfate plus water H2O plus CO2 will be the product in this case. So this was the property, just we did some practice. And after that, we have the sixth property of an acid, that is when we have the metal oxide that they said that forms salt and water. We have the zinc oxide as in metal oxide, and acid, sulfuric acid, it forms in sulfate. Similarly, we can use metal hydroxide as well instead of the metal oxide. If you are using metal hydroxide, it will form the same product as formed earlier. So just for the sake of the completion of the product, just to predict the product, just for our convenience, we are doing this practice, that if we form ions, although it is a solid, it will not dissolve, but just in order to predict the equation, we are just combining the positive and negative charge. If we are combining the negative positive charges, it forms in sulfate, and H positive upon combination with the oxide, that will form that can form. Similarly, the next one, zinc plus 2 hydroxyl negative, H positive, nitrate negative. Its plus component will combine with its negative one. It will form zinc nitrate, ZnNO3 whole twice plus HNOH will combine to form water. These two will combine to form water, H positive and hydroxyl negative. In order to predict the formula, Zn is plus 2, nitrate is minus 1. When we interchange its valencies, we can predict that it will form Z and NO3 whole twice as the product. So this one is the possible product of this reaction. Similarly, for the sixth property that we have predicted, similarly, we can do some more practice, just as we have these copper oxide plus HCl and these one. Now, in order to just complete these equations, this practice is just for our own convenience, that we can write ions and combine positive and negative component. It will form CuCl2 and H positive with oxide will form water. Sodium plus 1 oxide negative, H positive still negative. This positive will combine with this negative component and is plus 2, oxygen is minus 2, H positive still negative. Its positive will attach with its negative component will form ZnCl2 and H2O with the product. Similarly, aluminium is +3, oxide is -1, H positive, Cl negative. Its plus component will combine with its negative one. It will form AlCl3, H positive with water, oxygen oxide, Russian +1 oxide -1 H positive, Cl negative. Its positive will combine with its negative and will form KCl. As H positive will combine with hydroxyl negative and will form both H2O as a product. So these were the properties of acid.